When Bill Clinton compared today's political climate with the political climate around the time of the Oklahoma City bombing, conservatives accused the former president of trying to smear Tea Party protests. In our third story in the countdown, we patiently await what those same conservatives will say about former House Speaker Newt Gingrich categorizing the Tea Party as potentially, quote, militant, end quote. Speaking at a trade event in central Pennsylvania, Mr. Gingrich called the Tea Party movement a natural expression of frustration with Republicans and anger at Democrats, but it is more likely to end up as the militant wing of the Republican Party rather than an independent or third party. David, so last week, Newt's calling himself a Tea Partier. This week, he dismisses the movement as a militant fringe. So which Newt is right?
Well, I'm not sure when he called it militant, that was an insult. You know, I think there's always been a split personality within Newt Gingrich between the Newt that wants to see himself as a statesman and the Newt that wants to see himself as a bomb thrower, which is how you recall he came to power back in the late 80s and early 90s. So, but, you know, the important thing here is that he's talking about the Tea Party as an extension of the Republican Party, which polls show it is.
And how is this likely to play with Tea Party operatives? Do they want to be seen, or for at least temporarily anyway, as more independent of the Republican Party? Does this get Newt in trouble with the Tea Party movement?
Well, there was a very interesting piece by John Martin and Ben Smith in Politico today that made, you know, a somewhat obvious point that poll after poll after poll show that the Tea Party folks are basically just Republicans. You know, they are either identify as Republicans or independents who lean Republican. 70% of them voted for John McCain. So this isn't a third-party independent force rising out of the ether or descending from the ether. It is basically, you know, ticked off Republicans. They're ticked off mainly at Obama, and they're ticked off a little bit at the Republican Party for not having defeated Obama. So in that way, there's not a lot of, I think, debate over whether they're going to be Republicans or not, because I think already they are.
More likely to end up as the militant wing of the Republican Party rather than an independent or third party.